market what is not. Yes, it knows, it can collect, but you need to ask it to collect for you what is available. And not just rely on the assumption that it knows. The company that designed the police avatar for the Dubai police. And I said, who's best to, to train our students than them? So the guys came and taught the students very well how to design an avatar, how to write the prompts, how to create everything.
Back to these slides that I showed you before, we will go now to some examples. In fact, last year at Construmat, I showed a couple of examples here, because for many, AI is something that is very recent. Two towers that are in the city of Abu Dhabi, that is the capital of the UAE, 145 meters, and those towers are having a glass facade. Now, temperatures there hit 50 degrees in summer, sometimes above that, but it's not declared, it's never declared. It's always 49 maximum, yeah? So, but your car screen is to create another facade, a shell around these towers using a very intelligent and ancient technology, which is the origami from Japan, the Japanese technology, in order to develop. And you can see when they are closed, this is where the sun is hitting. And when they are more open, this is where the sun is indirect. And then that will allow the natural sunlight to penetrate inside the office spaces, because these are mainly office spaces. And then it will be pleasant. It will create beautiful interiors due to the light and shadow effect that you're obtaining. You will see now also later. Air conditioning and electricity and all that. And you're having an amazing system creating a beautiful, an appealing landmark. Now you can see here how the mechanism has been done. This is like the first prototype that has been done.
Designed to create the layout for an office space for Autodesk in Toronto. We actually started by figuring out what were the high-level aspirations for the space.
Different design or orientation of the light is required in order to give that optimal solution that will be amazing, great, perfect, and suitable for everybody. How many times, like you've been, if you are joining a company, whatever, you are given an office and then I'm not comfortable here, I need to turn off the light because of my monitor, or can I move to that station, Although here it's larger or better, but there it's more comfortable for me, okay, more comfortable. Now we know the reason of that comfort. In professional practice, as they are in education, so you will see here the similarity about, like, for example, the data privacy and security areas that you need to consider. So the subject, you need to specify like the main focus of the subject and the design. So for example, like a modern living room, a rustic kitchen, you need to give that. The focus on smooth, sweeping curves, monochrome color scheme, enhanced with light gloss finishes. The scene should feature futuristic furniture. So you are giving the directions and then sculptural architecture. Use a wide angle camera setting, so you are defining the angle, the perspective, the point, whatever. By what I'm doing, using different technique and materials and whatever. The same that you are using in Midjourney, you can use it as well in a different software, Runway, for example. These are some of the examples that are generated and can happen. I would like to finish with a great collaboration that we did with the One Architect department, which is the Metaverse Architecture department. And in order to do that, we developed an application. And in fact, it is giving us the AI solution and how we are able to provide specifications, for this project. And we've been communicating with Quibble, gathering that information, and then we've been asking Quibble, for example, who is responsible of this project? It was going through all the communication, the emails, the infrastructure of the different companies, and giving us the person who is able to answer us specifically about that topic that we are asking. It was going this way. Then what we've been doing, we've been sending some photos from the facility, so that will make companies improving their conditions. These were different things here as a solution for historic data. A project that has been developed throughout years and years, Quibble was able to go within seconds into all the history of the emails and to see who was in charge of that and what response has been given at a certain time in a specific meeting to give the final result at the end. And this is, as a quality control assistant, Quibble was able as well to reduce tremendous number of hours in order to achieve those results. And this is one of the two. Document comparison was able to make the comparison between all the documents and finding the discrepancies and highlighting those. This is something that was taking long hours of different meetings and whatever. So Quibble was the assistant there. And this is how, Quibble, this is like very quick. At this speed, Quibble was able to look into all the project, getting all the information, all the data, providing everything that we wanted, writing all the definitions that are required for the development of the project and how we can move forward with it. You would like to?
Yeah. So thank you everyone for joining us today, and we'll end with this beautiful model that we use not only in education but also in our professional practice, and this is the design thinking process. The design thinking process is imperative not only for designers and educators but for everyday practice, even if you're not in architecture and design. And it's based onto that. There are many models, but initially we would love to use the discover, define, develop, deliver.